An escalation of the effort to combat illegal drug smuggling by the cartels. President Trump has ordered 3 Navy destroyers to be deployed to South American waters just off of Venezuela. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro responding now by calling for a nationwide military enlistment and vowing to deploy millions of his own troops. The move coming months after the State Department designated several cartels as foreign terrorist organizations. Designation also given to other transnational criminal groups like MS-13 and Venezuela's own Tren de Aragua. NewsNation correspondent Jorge Ventura joining us live with more tonight. And Jorge, it appears the U.S. and Venezuela are moving closer to a direct confrontation.
Natasha, that's right. We are seeing these escalating tensions between the U.S. and Venezuela. This is coming after the White House did deploy over 4,000 sailors and Marines to the waters of Latin America to potentially strike drug cartels. That's also going to be including 3 Navy destroyers. Now, we have not confirmed when those Navy destroyers will arrive, but we are expecting soon. And this is all coming as the United States continues to target Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. Venezuelan President Maduro also responding and says he will deploy up to 5 million militia members in Venezuela, and he called the deployment a threat to Venezuela's sovereignty, saying, quote, "The empire has gone mad." Washington accuses Maduro of being one of the largest narco traffickers in the world, and it's allegedly the head of Venezuela's Cartel de los Solos, a network blamed for smuggling cocaine and fentanyl-laced drugs into United States cities. The Justice Department recently also doubled its reward for the capture of Maduro to $50 million. That's the highest ever by the DEA, and officials say these cartels are using international airspace and waters to move deadly drugs into the United States.
The Cartel de los Solos, which is a criminal organization that happens to masquerade as a government. The Maduro regime is not a government. It's not a legitimate government. We've never recognized them as such. They are a criminal enterprise that basically has taken control of national territory of a country, and who, by the way, are also threatening U.S. oil companies that are operating lawfully in Guyana. So the president's been very firm. Anything that's a threat to the national security of the United States, he's going to confront.
Now, investigators also claim that Maduro has provided support to Mexico's Sinaloa cartel, but Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum insists there is no evidence that links the Venezuelan president to the drug cartel. This also comes as Mexico continues to double down and say that they will not allow any U.S. military intervention into Mexico. And Natasha, this is also coming as a DEA and a DOD recently held an intelligence sharing event with Mexican officials. So there's more speculation if we could potentially see a U.S. military operation in Mexico now that we are now seeing 4,000 Marines deployed to the waters of Latin America, Natasha.
It is interesting. Jorge Ventura with that live report in San Antonio, Texas tonight. Thank you. A brand new...
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.